born into a wealthy family. Tom was a third-generation rich kid, yet he ended up fighting a homeless man for a park bench to sleep on. Not long ago, Tom's millionaire grandfather had passed away. After the funeral, his children gathered happily, ready to split the inheritance. But to everyone's shock, the lawyer announced that the old man hadn't left them a single cent. Tom wasn't expecting to get anything anyway, so he turned to leave. But just then, the lawyer stopped him. It turned out his grandfather had left him something, a special gift. However, Tom had to pass a test before he could receive it. To begin the challenge, he was sent to Houston, where his grandfather's old friend, Gus, picked him up and took him to a desolate farm. At 5 a.m. the next morning, Gus gave him a very personal wake-up call. Tom had no choice but to get up. Gus led him to the edge of the farm and told him to hammer fence posts into the ground. $1 for each post. Tom couldn't care less about such small change. The moment Gus drove off, he lay down on the posts and went right back to sleep. But every day, Gus came on time and brought him back to the same spot. Tom slowly realized this must be his grandfather's test. So when Gus returned, there were crooked wooden stakes. Without saying a word, he tied a rope around them and pulled them all out with his truck. That hit a nerve in Tom's pride. From then on, he worked harder and harder, until the posts stood straight, stretching neatly as far as the eye could see. When the job was finally done, Gus drove Tom to the airport. But after getting out of the car, Tom reminded him to hand over his grandfather's gift. The other man just smiled and didn't say anything. Then he just drove off. Tom realized he'd been tricked. He rushed back to the lawyer's office, demanding an explanation. But the lawyer only smiled and stayed silent. Confused, Tom returned home, only to find his grandfather's surprise. Everything in his house was gone. He immediately rushed to the garage, but even the spare tire had been taken.